Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back to another house building video. In this video we will be continuing the modern house build that I did a couple of days ago. It's a little delayed because I was actually without internet for a full day. I know, I basically almost died. No, I didn't. It was actually kind of fine, but it was annoying. And now we actually have a temporary solution, sorry. But it's really slow, and it literally took me more than an hour to upload a 5-minute video, which normally takes about 10 minutes or something like that. It's like instantly almost. Maybe I'm just spoiled because our internet is really fast normally, but it's still a bit annoying, especially when you make videos and you need to upload and stuff like that. So I actually missed a video, so this video is 1 day later than it should have been. Actually 2 days. It should have been up on Tuesday and it's now going to be up on Thursday, which is today. But anyway, we are building the inside of this house today. I already did a speed build on my channel for the outside of this house, so if you haven't seen that, the link will be in the eye in the corner in the description and at the end of the video. It's a modern house, so it's quite different than I usually make my builds. I've honestly only done like really traditional builds, more old-fashioned type of houses or even fairy tale like houses. So it took me a really long time to build this house. I think it took me about 6 to 7 hours to build the entire thing, which is insane because it normally takes me maybe 2 hours to build an entire house, like a really big house. And this house, it's a pretty decent size, but it's not the biggest house that I've ever made. And this took me way longer. Probably just because I'm not used to it. So I actually had to search for a lot of things. I didn't know what to put in here, how to decorate it. And also there's not like a lot of people living here. So I had a lot of space and I didn't really know what to do with it. I actually left a lot of it empty, but I did that on purpose because it makes it look bigger. And they do have small children, so having some open space is not a bad idea. They can run around a bit or have some space to play and take their toys downstairs. And you know, I feel like if you have children, you don't want furniture everywhere just because it sort of gets in the way and they can bump into it. You want to give them some room. And since I am talking about the small children living in here, no, I did not make a family for this house, but when I build houses, especially when I decorate them, I try to think of the sort of people that live here. And I thought for today's episode, I would actually share what I have in mind for that. Okay, so you might know that there's sort of a trend going around with the whole YouTuber thing. Not all of them, but some of them. They have apartments that are completely decorated in like white and marble. Is that the correct word for it? Not sure, like always. And rose gold. That's like the style that they decorate their house in. And I feel like this house is owned by one of those people, but 15 years later when they're married and they have children. So it still has that like modern, white, clean look, but it's a little more like child-friendly, I would say. Which I say looking at the really big knives on the wall, so maybe not as child-friendly as I would like it to be. But anyway, I feel like it's sort of that style, but it's a little more warm, a little more colorful, because I feel like it would be a little too boring for children if you keep them in those rose gold, marble, white spaces. Lots of glass too, by the way, which I tried to incorporate in this one too, as you can see with the table. There's also a desk in here probably. I also took some inspiration from just googling modern house interior or something like that, like modern house living room, modern house kitchen, and just seeing what comes up. That's the biggest inspiration for the kitchen and for the living room actually just came from Google. But anyway, as I was saying, one of those YouTubers in my mind is living here, and he or she is married, and they have children, and they have one small child and a teen, and I feel like there's twins on the way because I made a sort of like a baby room with 2 beds, so that might say something. And now we're already moved on to the living room, and this living room, as I said, is inspired by the Google images that I've seen. And one thing that I noticed is that a lot of these modern houses, whatever that is, I mean, that's sort of like a personal thing. What you're seeing right now is modern to me, but modern to you might be something else. But anyway, what I saw most often is that there's a whole structure around the TV, like with closets and bookcases and, I don't know, game stuff. There's like lots of things happening around the TV, around the television, so I wanted to do that. I also put in a fireplace just to fill up some space and because it looked cool, honestly. And there's this lighting glitch happening in the game where all the things on the walls look darker than they actually are. That shouldn't be happening. I don't know why it's happening. I have seen other Sims complain about this, so they'll probably do something about that. But that's why the structure around the TV actually looks so dark. That's not something I chose, it's just something that's happening right now. I chose the light this color just to kind of try to help that a little. I actually wanted them to be black but not as dark because you can almost not see them if you make them black right now. So I hope that will be fixed soon and then I might change them, but for now that's the color they are. And as you might know, I try to add a question in every single house build or create a sim that I do in the eye in the corner, so that will pop up right now. And the question is, what type of Sims video do you watch most often? I actually asked this on Twitter already, so if you follow me on there, you might have already answered this, but you can answer it again or just leave it or whatever. But I didn't really get a clear answer there because it seems like it's pretty much divided. Every single option got the same amount of votes. Maybe it will change, but we'll see. But I was curious for the people who don't follow me on Twitter what their opinion on that is. Honestly, it's kind of useful to know that kind of information if you do have a Sims channel, because then I can do more videos of what people would like to see. But it seems like they want to see everything, so that's good because I am doing everything right now. Okay, I want to tell you a story about my dog. He is pretty old and he's been going through some changes lately. I'm not sure what is happening with him. He's pretty sick right now, so that's a little sad, but he seemed to be doing pretty well. If we give him painkillers, we probably will never find out what is actually wrong with him. But I mean, he is pretty old and he has lived a good life, so it's good. His name is Max. We actually call him Max, which is the Dutch pronunciation of his name, but I will call him Max just for the purpose of this video because it is in English, so it's weird to change pronunciations halfway. But anyway, Max has been eating the same kind of food his entire life. He has actually had some stomach problems, and then his previous owners sort of figured out what sort of food goes well with his stomach that doesn't upset his stomach, and we've been giving him that food for as long as I can. I mean, since the day we got him, that's just the food that the owner told us to give him, so we've been doing that. But lately he doesn't want it anymore, and we're really confused because he used to love his food. You know, you have those dogs that you can give them food and they will eat something during the day and then they'll leave it and then they'll come back to eat something. No, my dog, the second you give him his food, he just devours it. Is that a word? I need to look that up. Wait. It is a word, yay! I actually said something right for a change. But anyway, he just eats it the second he gets it, while he used to. And then one day he just didn't want to eat it anymore, and we were really confused. So that's the first time that we knew that he was sick. So we tried different things, and things that might be a little softer on his teeth, because he actually had really bad teeth. We found that out. It was supposed to be fixed, but it's like he's scared now to eat stuff or something like that. Maybe he's scared that it will hurt, or maybe he doesn't trust the food anymore. Maybe he thinks it's poison or something. Maybe in his mind he thinks that the food is making him sick, which is not. But anyway, for whatever reason, he doesn't want to eat anymore. And then one day, my mom was eating, and he was pretty hungry because he doesn't eat enough anymore. We tried to give him at least like one bowl of food every day, but he used to eat 2, so he might be a little hungry. And he was staring at my mom eating her dinner, and she was like, maybe I should try to just give him some of my dinner. She tried that. She put it on the ground, and he just started eating that like he used to eat food. So ever since he only wants to eat food that he's seen us eat or something like that. So he's basically been eating the same stuff that we have been eating. Obviously, we do check if everything is okay, and we try to eat stuff that's actually good for him. I know there's like a couple of like beans and rice and stuff like that is actually pretty good for your dog, and a lot of the times that is in types of dog food. So we kind of, we do check if something is okay for him to eat, but it's just really funny that he now eats that. We just give him whatever now because we do know that he does not have a lot of time left to live. So for the time being, he can just eat whatever he wants to eat. It's like he's trying to become human or something. No, he actually eats dog food regularly too. But on days that he's just really difficult and doesn't want to eat anything, and we can see that he's really hungry, we at least try to give him something. So sometimes we do give him the same food that we eat, but other times he does eat dog food. And he also has like dog treats. He has this bacon treats that he really likes. But he changes his mind too. Like one day he starts eating a certain type of dog food that we have, because we now have like, I don't know, 10 different types of food and treats for him, because we just don't know anymore what he wants to eat. So one day he thinks it's the best thing ever, and he just eats it in a second, and he wants more and more and more, and then the next day he just doesn't want any of it. So I thought I'd just share that because it's a pretty funny story. Obviously it's not very funny that he's not doing so well, but it doesn't mean that you can still laugh about things. And as you can see, we're moved on to the child's room. This person really likes nature and is really good in school. That's what I have in mind. Like I said, I always try to think of a story because it helps me decorate, it helps me pick out stuff for that person, and this person in my mind just really loves nature. That's why I put the giraffe there and the ladybug, and it's like a little ribbon on the wall, because I feel like this person wants some sort of award at school because he or she's really smart, and the tree on the wall, and everything just sort of screams I'm good at school and I like nature. Even like the rug on the floor, still really bad at pronouncing that word, I'm sorry. It's like the moon and the star. There's only one moon. There's more moons in the universe, but there's only one moon on the rug. And the grass on the wall and everything just, I don't know, I just wanted to make a nature and school inspired room because it just seems like fun. But the fun thing about imagining who is going to live in that house is that you actually get a lot of inspiration out of that, because I never would have made such a themed room if it wasn't for me trying to sort of think of a story. I also wouldn't have tried to put a bookcase near the bed ends, because there needed to be a bookcase. If I wanted to make someone who really likes school and really likes nature, there needed to be a bookcase, because that person that can read about nature is really good. And as you can see, I just moved on to the baby room. It's pretty simple. There's just 2 beds for the twins to sleep in, obviously, and the mother to give birth into, because the very unnatural birth of a sim looks pretty weird because she does it standing up. And then there's sparkles. I don't think there's sparkles when a baby is born. And I feel like someone is going to correct me and be like, actually, at a really, 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 really long time ago, mothers actually gave birth to children standing up, but maybe not. I feel like that's actually a thing. Is that a thing, or am I just making things up now? I don't know. I don't want children, so I don't really have to know. It's interesting if that was a thing. And then I put a little dresser in. I actually put a very serious looking one in there before, but it just looks a little too serious, like very old too, since this is supposed to be a modern house. Also, I'm just letting go of the modern ID too now, since I mean, I always do that. I never make bedrooms in the style of the house itself, because I feel like that's more of a personal choice. Like the child that lives in the nature room completely decorated that room however they wanted to. I'm not going to tell. I don't know, I just want their personality to shine through and not the mother's personality, because she likes modern and clean and technology and everything like that, which she can show in her own room, but the other Sims might like something else. And speaking of the main bedroom, the parents' bedroom, this is it. Well, actually, I just moved over, but the room I'm creating right now is actually their room, which is going to be modern and in the style of the other parts of the house, but I did want to make the bedrooms look a little more inviting, a little more warm, because it somehow just didn't feel right to make it exactly as the rest of the house. So yeah, it's a bit different, but you can still sort of see her style showing through. Also, a thing with the layout of the upper floor, which I haven't talked about, is the rooms are sort of decided where they are by where the doors to the balconies are. Obviously, I wanted the biggest balcony. One of them is for the parents, because that just seemed fitting. Also, I just found the garage, how do you say that in English? I don't know. Door, so I actually put it in where it was supposed to be. I didn't even know we had that. It's like a new city living item that I've never found before. But as I was saying, I wanted the parents to have one of the biggest one. I wanted one of the other balconies to be just for, I guess, general use for anyone who wants to be there. So that's where the hallway leads to, in that little corner. And then the teen room has the smallest balcony, and I wanted to prevent the baby room and the child's room to have a balcony, because that just didn't seem safe to me to leave them unsupervised in that room. So that's sort of, I guess, the layout of this floor just decided for itself where I wanted to go. I didn't have a lot of creativity to put into this, but sometimes that's nice. And also the bathrooms, which I will be creating soon. I'm working on the hallway now and the lighting, because that's obviously also pretty important. But the teen room and the parents' room will share a bathroom, which is the biggest bathroom. And then the babies, which will grow up one day and be in that little room there. Also, I feel like the teen room might get moved or something. She might get moved into a smaller room, because there's twins on the way. And when they grow up, they need to be somewhere. So I'm wondering how they're going to do that. But anyway, they have a bathroom to share too. Right now, the littlest person in this house has a bathroom all to themselves. But I feel like other people might use that too right now. As I was saying, the teen room is up now. She has the smallest balcony, or he, I don't know. The entire color of this room is decided by the curtains. I just picked out the nicest color, the color that I like the most. I like the shape, so I wanted to use that. And also, it's very technology driven. Again, I wouldn't have my teen have that much access to technology. I mean, it depends on how old she is. Maybe if she's like 13, I might have not given her that much, but obviously I'm way too young to decide what a parent should do. But I did give her a computer. I thought I gave her a television too, but maybe if it's just a computer, it's fine. But I thought I gave her a television and a computer, and that just seemed like a little too much for me, especially because the parents don't even have a computer in their own room. Which honestly is kind of strange, because the mother is supposed to be a YouTuber, or the father, or both maybe. I don't know, maybe they have really good laptops where they work on. I mean, I only have a laptop and I'm fine. I'm not really fine. My laptop is sort of dying because I play The Sims too much and I can't really handle it, even though it's a very expensive laptop. But I should probably invest in a computer, like a PC desktop thing. I don't know what that is called. Like, I'm not really good with computer stuff. In a not laptop, or like a better laptop, like a gaming laptop. I probably should, but I won't because I don't have enough money and it's working fine for now. But I'm just working on the bathroom. They will both have the same layout. The difference is that there will be a bath shower combination in the second one. But they have the same flooring, same walls, same sinks. Just the other one is a little bigger. And it has a talking toilet, so I wanted to use that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a like or subscribe if you want to. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye!